me, Josh here again. We are here with another updated ranking. This time, now that War of the Planet of the Apes is out, I am going back and updating my ranking for the Planet of the Apes film series. Now, I am a fan of the Planet of the Apes film series. There are some I like more than others, and one of them I do not care for, but this is the updated ranking. Just remember, this is my personal opinion. If we agree to disagree, and you can tell me in the comments what's your ranking. So here we are. Coming in number 9, we have the bottom of the barrel, the weakest of the original Planet of the Apes series from 1968 to 1973, and that is Beneath the Planet of the Apes. This one goes in so many weird directions that I don't know if this is trying to be a sequel to the original Planet of the Apes or just trying to be some weird art house film made in the independent studio, but whichever case it is, this could have been a great sequel to the original 1968 Planet of the Apes, but Fox just went in and they had different scripts that they decided to go along with, and which resulted in the movie that we got now. And again, the makeup is fine, the acting is fine, the music is decent, and Charlton Heston, he didn't want any part of this, so he decided to come back for the beginning of the movie and the end of the movie, which does result in his character dying at the end of this movie in an explosion. And it's a shame that that a sequel to this could have been good. The original Planet of the Apes could have been good, but it's not, so that's why Beneath the Planet of the Apes stands at number 9. Coming to number 8, we have the second weakest in the original series, Battle for the Planet of the Apes. This is disappointing at best, but it is much better than Beneath the Planet of the Apes. It has an interesting story. It has some good elements I like, but the reason why this movie is at number 8 is because the climax is a little anticlimactic, and at first this is the last one, and also because the franchise was running out of steam at this point, and it was 1973. But the film it does have some decent elements that makes it more enjoyable and makes it a time waster, but at the end of the day, Battle for the Planet of the Apes is easily the second weakest, but I don't hate it as much as Beneath the Planet of the Apes. At number 7, we have Escape from the Planet of the Apes. This is the third film in the original Apes series. This was great. This was an improvement over Beneath the Planet of the Apes. It had a much better story, it had a much better direction, and it knew what it was trying to be, and it embraced the fact that it was trying to be something different. It was trying to be something more than what Beneath the Planet of the Apes was trying to be. And it was pretty good. I like the acting, and the storytelling is good. The characters I liked. There was one character I didn't care for, but I still enjoyed watching the film. You still had the good makeup effects. And if I had to say which version of the Apes makeup do I prefer the makeup in the 2001 film and the CGI motion capture work in the recent Planet of the Apes movies. But I have to say Escape from the Planet of the Apes is a good time, and it's worth it if you are a fan of the Apes series. Now, at number 6, we have the original Planet of the Apes. Now, why is this number 6? I respect this one. The remake is not as good as the original. Sometimes the remakes can be hit and miss, but this original classic is great. It's a great start, paved the way for what this franchise has become now, and it also paved the way for Fox and for future science fiction movies that will come before and after that come after this movie, like the original Star Wars trilogy and all of that. And this movie is quotable. It's a classic film. Charlton Heston and the cast is great. I like the story of the apes being like the human, like the leaders, and the humans are being the slaves of the apes. I like that. So it takes the world that we know and turns it upside down in its head. And the direction's cool. I like the script, and the music by Jerry Goldsmith is also pretty fun. And this also has one of the best lines in movie history. "Take your stinking hands off of me, you crazy dirty ape." Even though that's not what Charlton Heston said, but if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But the ending is also one of the best endings to a film, with Charlton Heston, the girl character, they're outside and they see the New York Statue of Liberty statue, and he's alive, and he realizes that it is Earth. So that's pretty cool. Coming in at number 5, this is the one that just recently came out, War for the Planet of the Apes. This is the third installment in the reboot franchise, and this is the ending of Caesar's story, which Caesar has been the main focus in this movie, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which I will get to, and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which I will also get to when we get to the remaining 4. But this is number 5 because not only that the reboot series, just with each of these new films in the reboot series, it gets better, but the storytelling is still there. The motion capture on the apes looks great, and I like the story here. Caesar, his wife, and his child is killed, and he also has another son. Then he has to go to his other inner demons and protect the apes, and also fight humans, also protecting his little girls. And Matt Reeves does a great job once again. The music was still great. Andy Serkis deserves a Academy Award nomination, even though the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, they don't acknowledge motion capture. Motion capture is also a part of acting. Just because you're not physically on screen doesn't mean it's not called acting, because CGI is also called acting, and voice acting is also part of acting. So any form of acting, motion capture at least should be in the nominations for the Academy Awards. But that's just me. And just the ending, I won't spoil what happens to the ending, but I will say it's a great ending. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they'll do next, because they do have a fourth one planned, but not with Caesar's character. It'll probably be Caesar's son or something. But either way, I'm interested to see where it goes. Coming in at number 4, we have Rise of the Planet of the Apes. This was the reboot that came out in 2011, and 2011 was a very packed year for summer blockbusters. You had Rise of the Planet of the Apes, you had Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, you had Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 2, you had the American version of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. And this, I was not expecting much when I first saw it, but after I watched it the first time, I had to say I enjoyed myself. I liked the story of Caesar's upbringings, of course, I am a sucker for origin stories. I'm a sucker for prequels, and I am a sucker for remakes. But remakes if they're done right. But I thought James Franco, well, he was really great here. You also got Draco Malfoy, aka Tom Felton, in here as another character who's cool. Brian Cox, and the rest of the cast is great. And when you first see Andy Serkis and as Caesar, it's really good. And the story's good. Rupert Wyatt did a great job. Just the movie just keeps you intrigued as you are, and it's not too long, so I give it a lot of respect. And I give 20th Century Fox and the director and the production team a lot of respect for this reboot series. And just, yeah, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, it was great. It was a great one. Coming to number 3, now this may be a little bit of a controversial pick, but this is my personal ranking, and so guess what? If you don't like the list, you can comment and tell me yours. But Planet of the Apes 2001. I know a lot of people go to this one and they just don't like this movie at all. Trust me, I see the problems with this movie. The production was rushed, because I did look into this movie's production. I did look into the special features on this, which you have 13 hours of special features. You have audio commentary, you have an enhanced viewing mode, 6 documentaries, multi-angle scene studies, music video, concept art, and there was so many different scripts, including one with Arnold Schwarzenegger attached to being, and any one of those scripts you could have went along with, but Fox had to go and get in the way and just ruined it. And Tim Burton, he had the most hardest time getting the movie made because of the production troubles that was going on. But no, and yes, the movie does have some very weird directions that's going for it, but there's still plenty of things I can enjoy in here. This is kind of a guilty pleasure, if you ask me. And again, I am a sucker for remakes if it's done right. This one has a lot of issues, but is one of the better remakes that I can give the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I like the makeup design on the apes. I like Michael Clark Duncan in here. May he rest in peace. I like the music in here by Danny Elfman, especially the end credit song "Rule the Planet" remix, which is a remix of the main title, just remixed with different music. I like some of the effects, and I like the final battle between the humans and the apes. That's pretty cool. But the movie does have a lot of weird, crazy stuff, and it has one of the weirdest endings. But the ending, I don't know what was going on there. Maybe it was supposed to set up another sequel if somebody else were to do it. But the movie didn't do so good with audiences and fans, so you kind of killed that. But I still enjoy it. It's not like it's the worst thing imaginable. I've seen far worse sequels and worse remakes, but it's I can get enjoyment out of it. It's not horrible. Now we are down to the top 2 in this ranking. Number 2 is Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, my favorite of the original series that ran from 1968 to 1973. This one I picked as my personal favorite of that original series because this one is about the conquest of the apes, and just story here is a lot more intriguing. The direction is much cooler. I like the characterization of the characters. I like the human aspect. I liked just, even though this original series has a hit and miss when it comes to the original Planet of the Apes series, it's still pretty tolerable. You know, it's still pretty good, and it has some good things going for it. I like the action, like the acting, I like the music, the cinematography. It does have some issues with some of the writing and some of the characters I didn't care for, and the movie is a little bit too short, but I still get in, get enjoyment out of it. I still think it's decent. I still think it is the best one of the original series, right next to that original film and to Escape the Planet of the Apes films. And the only the only ones in the original Planet of the Apes saga that are watchable are the original film, Escape from the Planet of the Apes and Conquest, because Battle and Beneath are the weakest ones. But now it's time to talk about my number one pick in this updated ranking. Now, the number one pick on this ranking, which was the number one pick in my original ranking, which I did back last year in 2016 when I reviewed the first 8 Planet of the Apes movies. And it is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Again, this is my favorite of the entire Planet of the Apes series. It's my favorite of the reboot series. And the reason why I say this is my favorite is because I love Rise of the Planet of the Apes. And that was a good story with Caesar's Upbreak. I like this one because it has more stuff going on. It has more action. And the story is more engaging. I like the story that after Rise of the Apes, humanity is being pushed to near extinction by the virus that was causing Rise of the Apes. And you have this group of survivors that's trying to find a new source of power in San Francisco. And I like that Caesar and this group of humans, they form a peace agreement, but differences between them turns into an all-out war. And I like the story. I love the effects. The effects on the apes, they still look pretty good. I love the acting from everyone. Andy Serkis as Caesar. Whether it's Gollum or King Kong or the captain in the Adventures of Tintin, which that was a pretty good movie. The Adventures of Tintin. It was a cool cartoon film. Or just plain Caesar or a human character. Andy Serkis always brings his A game. He is amazing in this movie. I love Jason Clarke. I like Gary Oldman in here as the antagonist. Kerry Russell and Toby Kebbell as Koba. Koba is the ape character that is a villain that you're supposed to hate. That's what I like. Now, when it comes to villains, I'm fine with giving a villain in a movie a backstory as long as is necessary. But I'm also the person who likes seeing villains just be evil for the sake of being evil. And Koba is an example of someone who's evil just to be evil, but he also has a tragic backstory. And I love the emotional storytelling that Matt Reeves did here. I love the score by Michael Giacchino. And this should have won the Academy Award for Best Visual Effects, but it lost to another movie, sadly. But the final fight between Caesar and Koba was awesome. And Caesar just beats the crap out of Koba. And I like that. And this movie is 2 hours and 10 minutes. It doesn't feel like it because it goes by very quickly. And this is just... I could sit here and talk about this movie all day, but if you want to hear my full thoughts, you can go on my YouTube channel and you can find my Planet of the Apes playlist, or type in the search box Planet of the Apes, Dawn Planet of the Apes movie review, and you can find it and watch it there. So, that's my updated ranking of the Planet of the Apes series. Let me know what you guys think about this updated ranking down below. Do you like it? Do you not like it? How would you rank it from worst to best? I will try to get more videos out, but I've just been the schedule's been a little off, and I'm way behind on movies I got to catch up on and stuff. So I will try to present more content for you guys to see. So yeah, if you like this video, you can click here, and we can all have a good time. And I will see you guys in the next one.